Ciao, I am Nick Stellino. I was looking at these recipes. You're going to love this. One of my favorite things is to eat fish. And what I love to do is to accompany it with a great sauce. And this is fantastic. For example, today we'll make black cod with a mango and ginger sauce full of flavor. There's going to be all the sophisticated things to it. And then I'll show you how to make sautéed green beans with garlic. Please join me in the kitchen. Spicy just right. I love the seafood.
Nick, I got some black cod for you here.
Hey Deborah, how are you? She is my favorite fishmonger. Actually, whenever I have a question, I call her up and Deborah always tells me, you know, as a matter of fact, for as long as I can remember, I've always thought that cod and black cod are the same thing, but they're not, are they?
They are not at all.
And you explained to me is the difference in the type of meat. Tell us a little bit about that.
The difference in type of meat is black cod, it has a real buttery, moist flavor to it, and the cod is more of a white, flaky fish.
Now, this is very important also because being two different type of fishes, this particular fish comes from very deep parts of the ocean. It's the Sea of Bering.
Sea.
See? She tells me, I keep forgetting all the time. Because of the fact that it grows in such a depth of water, it has a nice running of fat around it that keeps the fish. You once made fun of me, I remember. Look at it, she's a rascal. You said to me, you have to be a really bad cook to overcook this fish because it has so much moisture in it, right? Let me ask you this.
Okay.
If we do not have the ability to find this fish at the local fish store, what other substitution could we make? What fish would you suggest?
You can use Chilean, I can never get that word right.
Chilean sea bass?
Yes.
You know, that's what I like about the fish also has a very fatty, completely different flavor profile
Yes,
though.
very different.
The one thing that surprised me about this is that the black cod has a certain sense of sweetness to it. That is, I never tasted any of the fishes before.
Yes, it does. It has a very nice sweetness to it. Very nice.
You know what I'm thinking about it? This new sauce that I've been trying at home. I'm going to show you in just a second, but I make it with a mango sauce.
Ooh.
And it's really a great combination that goes well.
Oh yes, mango and black cod would be very nice.
Let's talk about bones. That is a big issue that people have. You know, depending on the part of the fish that you have and that you buy, one might or might not have bones, and also how to get the bones out. The pin bones in this particular fish have to be handled with care. Let's talk about this.
Sure.
Now, you have two different pieces. Why don't you tell us about them?
Yes, this is a black cod steak, and they have pin bones right in the middle of the steak and down the center of the steak. And this is a black cod fillet, and this is the tail end of the black cod.
You were telling me that this one almost has no bones in it whatsoever.
No bones in it, not whatsoever, yes.
Now, if I was to handle this part of the fish instead, when would it be smart for me to start pulling the bones out? Before cooking or after cooking?
I would do it after cooking. It's easier to take out, and it's, you know, it's more giving for you to take the pin bones out.
For those of you at home, if you never tried this fish, it's something that you really got to get into your diet. The one thing that I love about it is the sweetness that this fish, the texture of it is a discovery that would really be worthwhile. Deborah, I'm going to take these both. Why don't you wrap them up for me? I'm going to take them with me to the kitchen.
You bet.
And I'm going to show you exactly what I'm going to do. Isn't this just beautiful fish? We're going to cook this black cod with a mango and ginger sauce. You are going to love it. Let me get started with the sauce. We're going to use some extra virgin olive oil. There's a different technique that I want to use in this, and it's one called blossoming the flavors. We have the pan on medium heat. We do not want for the ingredients to hit the pan and sizzle right away. Rather, we want to build up slowly. Let me tell you a little bit about that. We start with a little bit of celery, a little bit of carrots. Now, I got them all cut pretty here because you know, I'm exaggeratingly into style, but you don't need to do this when you do it at home. Rough cut, because ultimately all of this will be strained. One of the tools that I love to use is a spatula like this that I can actually take the heat, and it's wonderful. Now, why are we doing this on medium heat? The reason why we do this is because I want all the flavors to come out together slowly. It's like a flower that's going to open up and blossom. One of the key flavor ingredients in this particular recipe is the ginger. I want to take a moment to show you a piece of ginger. in its raw form. Here it is, look at it. I mean, it's not what I would refer to as the most appealing thing to look at, but just like me, it's got a lot of character. The skin is the first thing that we get rid of. This particular ingredient has some wonderful medicinal values. It helps with swelling, also helps in a digestive system. On top of it, what I love about it is that it opens up, it brings a blossom flavor that's unique. One of the things that I've done, and I don't know how to call it properly, is I've taken some garlic cloves and I've smashed them with the back of the blade of my knife. So we'll call this what? Smashed garlic? Maybe I'm just inventing a whole new ingredient. But there is a reason why we've done that. What I want to do with the garlic done in this fashion, by breaking it up like this, but without chopping it, is that we're now letting the juices, the oils of the garlic, leaking into the sauce. With the soft heat, it's releasing its flavor into it. We don't have aroma vision right now, but trust me when I tell you, each one of the ingredients that we add, as we cook them slowly but surely, they're opening up, blossoming into this wonderful flow. The next thing that we're going to do, we're going to add the ginger, which I've chopped nicely and very finely because I want for the ginger to have a prevailing taste. And the chopper you cut it on the soft heat we'll be using, the more it gives to the aroma. There's a purpose and a reason to the way in which we actually cut or handle each one of the ingredients. The next thing we're going to do is to add a little bit of red pepper flakes, just because we want to add some heat, and a bit of chili paste. This is easily available at your local supermarket without a problem. Splendid, splendid indeed. I'm going to mix this up a little bit, letting it flow, and the next thing I'm going to do is the adding of the fresh herbs. In terms of fresh herbs, you can do basically anything that you want. What I want to do in this particular case is parsley. Why do I add the parsley so early into the process? Exactly as for the other things, I want it to softly cook into it. It releases its own natural oils into the flavor, and this, as you can see, is already the base. They started to pick up a different color, and this is the foundation of the sauce. But let's go with the things that I like to add next and why, because there's a kind of a funny story. It's not like, you know, I come up with great ideas all the time. There are disasters that take place in my house that you will never find out. And sometimes I come up with ideas just because I'm looking and I say, what do I do with this? I had a cocktail party at my house the night before, and I was left over with some grenadine. Yeah, grenadine, the one that you used to make drinks. And I said, how could I use it in cooking? So here we go. I like it because of the color, and I like it also because of the fact that it brings a certain sweetness to this whole thing. In addition to it, we're also going to put some soy sauce. With the saltiness of the soy sauce, I want it to fight and mingle and get merry. Isn't it true? All the best relationships that we have, they always start with a little bit of a fight. I know that my wife did not want to go out on a date with me, but eventually I convinced her that I was the right man that she should be interacting with. The next part is what you're going to love the most, and that is the addition of sherry. I like sherry cooking wine because it has a sweet finish to it. And in all the flavors that we're putting together, this has a great personality that really enhances the sauce. You can use just about anything you want. If you want a drier finish, dry white wine will do. But this is what I like. So a little bit of sherry wine. And now we're going to crank up the heat a little bit higher. We want for this to evaporate. So bring it up on a higher level exactly like this, and you stir nicely. The aroma that is coming out, all of this already has its own strong personality. Now, for the next ingredient, I have to actually thank a friend of mine. I was on the television series here a few years ago. A good friend of mine, Wade Whistling, was working with me, was using the next ingredient, the mango, but he was using a whole mango. And I say, I like this. And as I tried this spectacular dish that he made with the salmon that we were doing at the time, I said, I think I could use this ingredient for a sauce. So I experimented several times. And what I have here is mango juice that you can find at your local supermarket without a problem. And we're going to be adding it. It's nice and thick. That's one of the things that the mango juice does have. And I love this because as it reduces into the sauce form, it gives us the thickness to which we need to add nothing else whatsoever. So together with that, the next thing that we're going to do, we're going to add a little bit of chicken stock and a little bit of clam juice. If you do not want to deal with clam juice because you might be allergic to it, it's something that your diet does not accept, what I would propose you do at that point is to simply substitute the clam juice with either additional chicken stock or some of the trimmings that you might have handy after you fillet the fish. Let's take a look at the fish and let's talk about the fact why this fish is so spectacular and why it's something that really I like to use with this sauce. You can actually use this sauce with many things. You can do it with shrimp, you can do it with scallops, even with chicken if you would want to. If you do with chicken, of course, don't use the clam juice as the addition, just go with extra chicken stock. Now, there are two ways in which we can serve this fish. One is with the skin. People like to have it with the skin because it gives you a moister finish. The skin takes all the heat in the cooking process. It curls up a little bit and it retains more of the moisture. I like to go without the skin, as you can see. And the reason why I like to do that is because it's just prettier. Come on, that's the truth. I think it's more of a formality than there is a real advantage to it. Now, we have to flavor this fish. We're going to cook this fish in extra light olive oil. I'm cranking the heat here on a non-stick pan. Non-stick pan is your best friend, so when you do that, make sure that you do use that. And now, before I even flavor the fish, what I like to do is to just put a dollop of the extra light oil on top of it. Now, watch what I do with my fingers. I do it on the front. I do it underneath as well. The reason why I do this, first I want the spices to stick. Let's talk about the spices. Salt. Be generous with it. A little bit of pepper. If you don't like the black to be seen, you can use white pepper. To me, I think the black pepper has a little bit more flavor. A little bit of paprika is going to give it a wonderful golden glow. A little bit of onion powder as well. I'm going to do the other side as well. We'll repeat the process exactly the same. And then, when the heat is perfectly right inside the pan, we're going to add the fish. How do we know if it's right or not? Here's how I do it. I take a little bit of onion powder. I drop it quickly inside of it. And that can take another couple of minutes to go to it, so I'm going to blast the heat even higher. You want to have the heat blasting hot, but once it reaches the temperature of super hot heat, you want to reduce it down. Bring it down to medium-low. Fish does not like to be assaulted by continuous heat. This particular fillet, first and foremost, we're going to drop it on what I refer to as the prettiest part, which is right here. Now, you want to cook it on medium-low heat. And as it cooks on medium-low heat, you almost want to set your watch or your chronograph to it. You want it to make sure that it does only no more than 2.5 minutes per side. We're dealing with a fish fillet that it's only about I would say 4 to 5 ounces. Sometimes I take it as much as 6 ounces, but I believe that over 6 ounces, it's almost too much. It's a very rich fish, very dense, full of flavor. Now we're ready to turn the fish. There are two tools that you want to use, especially if you want to make sure you do it perfect. A nice spatula. I love a metal spatula, and a spoon. Watch this because it's going to help you enormously. The spoon secures it. We turn it gently, and this is exactly what I was saying. Look how gorgeous it is. This is the color that will be face up when we serve the fish. We're going to cook it for another 2.5 minutes until it's perfectly ready. The sauce we bring into a boil. Once it reduces to the proper amount after about an hour, mind you, we bring it to a boil first, then we reduce it down to a simmer, we let it cook for an hour, we will strain it, and now I'm going to show you next how to actually plate this wonderful dish. The sauce is now cooked to perfection. I just want to show you exactly what we started out with. This is the amount that you're going to be starting out with. Once this becomes to a boil, then we reduce it to a simmer. We simmer for about an hour, then we strain it. This is what you're going to have left after you strain it. Let's take a look at the volume of the sauce, because after we strain the sauce, we reduce it once again almost by half. And I want you to see the thickness of the sauce. It's just splendid. Look at this. This is gold, I tell you, gold. You see what I mean? Now, I will show you exactly how to handle this. This is still nice and hot. We're going to place it right over here. In the dish, the way I like to serve this, we have some sauté spinach. I already put them over here with just a little touch of garlic. Very simple to make. Using our spatula, we put the fish down. What the spatula allows you to do it is to handle the fish gently. And the next thing I'm going to do is the sauce. A lot of people like to put the sauce right on top of the dish. I don't. I like to put it around. I feel that it has a much more elegant flow. You see how thick the sauce is? This is the consistency that I love. If you do not like this thickness, feel free to do whatever you like. And the pool of sauce all the way around, trust me, the fish is beautiful. It looks gorgeous. It tastes fantastic. But this sauce is a one-way to paradise, I tell you. So there you are. Black cod with mango and ginger sauce. And there you are. We are so accustomed to see green beans at a local supermarket, we never actually wonder where they come from. They come from a beautiful plant like this, gorgeous and green. Beans like these are the pods that grow right off to this plant. It takes about 6 weeks before you can start harvesting the beans from this plant, and a plot of land like this, about 8 by 10, can feed a whole family. In its prime, at its very best, you can almost get a full gallon of beans from this little plot of land. What I love about it is also the fact that it's an activity that you can do with your family and showing your children how the land is important to us, to our world, and how much better the flavor is of these fresh beans that come from the labor that we put together. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get a few of those. I'm going to bring them back in my kitchen, saute them with a little bit of garlic and a little bit of peperoncino, and they will taste great. Sautéed green beans with garlic. Sounds simple, isn't it? Actually, it's very, very simple. The reason why I do it is because as a young boy growing up, I did not like veggies, but somehow green beans were one of my favorite. Let's talk about the thing that I used to do, really that kind of got me started, and that was helping my family clean the green beans. We used to do it by hand. Eventually, my dad allowed me to use the knife, and this is something that every one of you that makes green beans at home with this recipe ought to pay attention on how to do it. Let's take a look. These are the green beans right here, holding between my hands, already clean. Look at them perfectly. All the ends have gone. But before we get to this point, we must start with this. And this is what green beans look like when they're not clean. You see all these ends? There is nothing wrong with them. The reason why we want to take the ends off is just because they look prettier. That's the reason why. So here I go with a nice big knife, and this is going to make it nice and fast. Once you have them set up like this, what you want to do is just cut the ends off, and there you are. This is what you're left with. This is what I love. Now, how do we handle these green beans? A lot of people just like to saute them from raw. Nothing wrong with that, you know, but if you saute them from raw, you have to realize that it takes quite a bit of time for the green beans to cook properly. So one of the things that we have done instead is we've taken a pot of boiling water to which we have added salt. If you want to add even more flavor to the pot of boiling water, you can add onion powder, paprika, any of the dry spices that you would want, but not herbs, because herbs do not do well in the boiling water and they will get stuck in your teeth. Very unpleasant. One of the things I know, I've experimented with this thing, did not work, but this does. Now, when you put them into the boiling water, you do not want to cook them and memorize this any more than 3 minutes. Once you reach the 3 minutes, make sure you have a timer that reminds you of. You take them out of the hot boiling water, and there is a waiting bowl full of iced water. Ice water. Do I know it? Because there is ice in there. What you will notice is that once we put it into the ice water, immediately they stop cooking. This is very important for us. Let them sit into the ice water for 3-4 minutes until they have completely stopped cooking. The reason why we use the ice water is that we want to make sure that they don't overcook. It will stop them right here. This is something great that you can do when you have a family meal, and it's one of those steps that allows you to do this ahead into the day so that once we move on to the recipe, we're able to finish the recipe right there and then. What I'm about to show you next is extremely important. This is what people like to use to dry the beans with. Paper towels. Yeah, paper towels. Not happening in my house. Nope. This is what we do. I have a nice cotton towel in which I place the beans that I fished out earlier from the boiling water. And what I want to do is to dry them as well as possible. Why? We are going to cook these beans into a saute pan with very high heat and olive oil. If there is a little speck of water in here, these suckers, and I call them that, yes, this is my nickname for them, they will explode. You will see what I mean. We got the pan going in here. I'm going to crank up the heat very, very high. A little bit of extra virgin olive oil. You can also use extra light olive oil. And then let's talk a little bit about the flavorings that you want to give. The flavorings that you want to add to the beans, as far as I'm concerned, you don't need to add them until the beans are cooking. There are 2 schools of thoughts to go in this process. One is to cook them, almost scorch them black on the outside. Nothing wrong with that. What that does, it cooks the skin a little bit more. It creates a crunchiness to it. Often you see it in Chinese restaurant, crunchy green beans, wonderful. A little dollop of soy sauce really expands that flavor. Or you can just simply saute so that they start to pick up a light color, but without giving you the crunchy finish to it. And then is what are the other ingredients that you add? Well, why don't we do this one together? So we got the oil in here ready to go. one of the things that I want to make sure that you pay attention to is the following. Let me place it right here next to the beans. These are things that I find extremely important. I want you to take a look at it before I start cooking. So look at this. These are red peppers that I have cut in a brunoise style, very finely diced. I want the ingredients cut very, very small because I want them to flavor the beans. I don't want them to wait for a long time until they cook through. So the smaller they are, the better they are. Is the olive oil ready for us? Let's take a look at it. I'll take a little piece of the red peppers and we look at it. It's starting to jump. You see it's moving. It says, get me out of here. I say, don't worry about it. We got the beans. And here we go with our beans, which we dried nicely. At this point, we get into the pan. I like to use a non-stick pan because it makes this job very, very easy. Shake the pan just a little bit so that they all get an even amount of cooking. And here we are. You can start to... Remember, the beans are pretty much al dente. It's like the making of pasta. At this point, as they're cooking in here, one of the things that I like to do is to move them about. I use my tongs to move them about because it's very efficient. It doesn't splash back any of the olive oil. Now we go with the flavoring that we want to give to it. Here we go with a little bit of salt. Here we go with a little bit of pepper. And then the things that I love the most, chopped garlic. Remember, chopped garlic is going to cook very fast, so we just want to keep it less than a minute in there. The red pepper is just so that we give it a little bit of color. And red pepper flakes for a little bit of heat. And be careful with those because if you put too much, yes, you'll pay for it. So we saute them a little bit. The aroma is splendid. What you can do also is add herbs if you want to. Herbs would be fantastic. And the last thing that I do before I get ready to serve these beans, almost before I want to bring them to the table, is make an addition of Parmesan cheese. Just enough to put on top so that it creates a glaze and it melts with it. Trust me, these guys are completely done. Now we turn this off. And the reason why we turn this off is that you do not want to burn the Parmesan cheese right on top of the beans. Not that there's anything wrong. It creates, in my opinion, a wonderful crust, but it does not look pretty. And since we're doing this to look pretty, well, you have to pay attention to it. So here we go with a serving that I want. Using the tongs, put them right here into our favorite bowl. And it's fantastic to bring this to the table and to show people what you've done. And let me tell you, most people say, oh, veggies, I don't like them, they're too healthy. Well, they might be too healthy, but these, they taste fantastic. These green beans are absolutely incredibly wonderful tasting. They have all sorts of layers of flavor that we built with the ingredients. And look at this, sautéed green beans with garlic. And there you are. It was a pleasure to have you with me cooking in the kitchen. What a great honor that you would choose to spend your time with me, and I was so happy to show you my favorite recipes today on how to make black cod with mango and ginger sauce and sautéed green beans with garlic and red peppers. I hope you use this at home to share with your family and with your friends so that you can turn your home into your favorite restaurant. Until next time, arrivederci. Halibut. I love halibut. Halibut is one of those fishes that to me has a welcome, sweet, gentle, buttery flavor that I adore. The fish is huge. I mean, there have been specimens which historically, once fished out from the deep, deep water of the ocean, been almost 600 pounds in size. The fish is big, it's large, but it's very flat. It's very flat because of the fact that down the depth of the ocean, the pressure is so much. The fish has what I would refer to it as not a model-like look about it. I wouldn't call it ugly because that's an insult, but let me tell you, pretty it is not. Great source of omega-3 acids. Fabulous, as a matter of fact. Responds extremely well to just about any type of cooking that we do. And it has been fished commercially, especially in the Alaskan water, since the late 1890s. One of those fishes that's been part of our diet for many, many years.